Natalia and welcome to #the channel, broadcasted live from BDC. Today we'll be giving you different opinions, demonstrations and interviews from the college. During the past week around the Rush Green campus, the production team have been questioning students about their time here so far, asking them about their course, why they chose it and also where they see themselves in 5 years' time. Later on in the show, there'll be a live fashion design. 3 second-year students, Bridget, Philomena and Tina, who will be creating an outfit on a mannequin using different materials, designs and techniques. Coming up after, we may have a second live performance, which will be a current art and design student, Luke, who will be drawing a portrait of someone in 4 minutes. And to end the show, we have an interview with Anna, talking about her experience working here at the college. But first, a VT of some students around the college answering some questions about their time here so far.
How long have you been at this college?
3 years.
What course do you do?
Sports level 3.
How do you find the course?
He's very nice, the teaching is quality, and Ariel was a good teacher, so I'm learning quite a few a lot.
Public service, level 2.
Why are you doing that?
Because I want to in the future to become a policewoman.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Finishing off my apprenticeship and maybe starting my own business.
What course do you do?
I'm doing a fitness and coaching course in PE level 3, the subsidiary.
How do you find the course?
I'm finding my course really good, I'm really enjoying it, the practical is good, everyone's really kind and fitting in well.
What course are you doing?
I'm doing public services level 2.
What made you pick that?
I picked it because in my area it's like all rough and all this type of stuff, and basically in my area there's not enough police officers as there is. So as I thought to myself, like I'm a physical person, so I thought to myself police and the army would actually be a challenge for me. So I just thought, why not?
How have you found the last 2 years?
And the last years I find it interesting. Most of us is the first year. I feel welcome, I meet new friends, make new friends, and also the classes we are very interesting, and the teachers, they are very lovely. They teach us, they take us through assignments online, how to open PowerPoint, word process, do presentation, and also they encourage you how to never give up, even though you don't know how to go through the process. They taught you that you should go on. Then they also give advice of the free things, the supports they have in the college, like library, D1, computer room where you can do your assignment. Yeah, so I find it supportive. It was really nice.
What course are you doing?
I'm doing sport and public services.
What made you pick that?
Well, across my family line, a lot of my family and friends have been like police officers in the army and in the fire brigade. So I thought I'd kind of just carry on.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years, I see myself employed, maybe a house. I'm lucky.
How long have you been at the college?
I started in September.
What course do you do?
Level 2 applied science forensics.
How do you find this course?
Yeah, I really enjoy it. Yeah.
What do you enjoy about it?
I'll say the science part, and that we get to use the STEM lab.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
To be honest, I actually have no idea. Doing this course is like got different paths that you can take and so forth. I don't know, I could be in army, police, all this type of stuff. We'll just have to wait and see in 5 years.
What course do you do?
I do engineering.
Why did you choose that course?
Because it's kind of hard, and I was looking for something for like a challenging thing to do, so that's why I chose it, and it's really fun.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
To become a chemical engineer.
How long have you been at this college?
I've been at this college for 3 years now, and I've been doing sort of different things throughout the 3 years.
What course have you done during these 3 years?
On my first year I did the subsidiary diploma in media. From that I've worked up from that to the extended diploma, and now I'm doing a H&D in creative media.
How have you found these 3 years?
I found them very exciting. They're very fast-paced, especially last year. Ever since the introduction of the iCreate, it's probably the best thing that's happened to this college.
There we had the VT of the students being asked about their time in the college and what they want to do next. Now we are going to go live to the 3 students creating an outfit. Stay tuned in to witness a very interesting composition that's about to happen live on #the channel from Barking and Dagenham College in just a few moments. We hope that you enjoy and learn something from this. Hi, what's your name?
Philomena.
Tina.
Bridget.
And what will you be creating today? Okay, would you like to start? So what is it that you're creating? Okay. So what materials are you using? Okay. And is this designed for a specific season? So anyone could wear it, right? And if you was to sell this in a shop, what shop would it be? Okay. How much would the price be of this? Okay. So why did you choose to create this design?
Sculptures. So we did this design to incorporate the sculptural designs.
So how long have you been doing this course for?
This is my 2nd year.
And do you enjoy it?
Yes, I am enjoying it. I really like what I'm doing.
So what is it that you're doing now?
We are making a dress. It's like we're wrapping a dress, draping a dress on top of the milk.
Okay. So what do you use the tape measure for?
For taking measurements.
So what is it that you're doing here?
I'm drawing different hairstyles because, well, first of all, before we go there, we have to start with drawing fashion figures. So from fashion figures, we get to the point that Philomena is at, and we have to decide makeup and hairstyles for each model.
So do you feel that you're better at this than creating an outfit?
No, it's just I have to start with this to go there.
So what do you want to do in the future?
I want to be a fashion designer and have my own boutique or a line. So yeah.
And what would you like to do with your future?
I want to be a fashion designer and have my own fashion shop where I can work from home and then have time for my kids because I have 2 children as well.
So what are your children called?
It's called Naomi and Sarah.
They're really nice names. So what would you like to do with your future?
I want to be a designer, like have my clothing line and all that.
Thank you to Bridget, Philomena and Tina for that lovely design. Coming up next, we have another videotape with some more students being asked about their time here at the college. We hope that the questions answered help you to inform you more about Barking and Dagenham College.
What course do you study here at Barking and Dagenham College?
Bricklaying.
Forensic science.
Paint decorating level 1.
I'm doing level 5 in photography.
A level 3 BTEC in sport.
Games, art and animation.
Plastering.
I study media, level 2 creative.
Would you recommend this college to any of your friends?
Yeah, definitely.
I actually would recommend the college to everyone.
Yeah, because you can make a good living out of it.
I think I would. It's I think facilities. It's really I don't know, new everything. It's very comfortable. I just like it.
Has Barking Dagenham College helped develop your skills in media?
Well, it's more easygoing than sixth form, so it's more, it like raises your confidence a bit more as well.
I'm striving to get merits and distinctions, and looking to work in the sporting industry when I'm older and go uni.
What made you come to Barking Dagenham College?
I thought it'd be easier than sixth form. For definite, it's like 3 days a week rather than 5. That was also a good advantage to my way of life, really.
Do you like the course you study?
Yeah, it's great. There's nothing wrong with this college, actually.
Okay. Would you recommend this college to any of your friends?
Yeah, all of them. They should all come down.
Is there any reason why?
It's just a great college. It's sociable. There's loads of things to do.
So what would you rate this college out of 10?
I'd give this college a 10 out of 10.
As you can see from the opinions and questions answered by students, as a college we try to provide a wide range of different nationalities and try to be as diverse as possible. I hope that the answers given by the students taking certain courses has encouraged you to either enrol on your own course or pursue further. Next up, we have a very interesting interview with Anna. Today we'll be asking her some questions about her experience working here at Barking and Dagenham College. On the sofa we have Anna. Hello Anna, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, very much.
Good.
So I'd like to ask you some questions today. What did you study in the past?
What I studied when I was, I had to go down the traditional route because there weren't sort of BTECs in sort of anything creative in my day. So I went down the traditional route of A-levels. Then I knew I wanted to be a journalist, and I went to my, it was the careers thing, and my careers tutor said, "What's your favourite subject?" I said psychology, and she said, "Do a psychology degree." And I was thinking, I don't want to go and spend 3 years doing a psychology. So I took a year out and got a job on a newspaper, and really enjoyed it. And my editor said to me, you can move up the ladder a lot quicker if you go and get a degree. And he showed me this degree to go and do, and I went to Leeds and I did a communication and cultural studies degree.
That's very interesting. Is there any point in your life where you thought Barking and Dagenham College wasn't the thing for you?
What to work in?
Yeah.
It's actually quite interesting because we've got Skillset in today, who is the industry advisory body, and I was saying to them that before I came here I didn't know about Barking and Dagenham College, and I was unaware of what it did. So when I came for the interview I was astounded by the college and what it offered, and what its philosophy and vision was for students. So I didn't know. It wasn't somewhere that I thought Barking and Dagenham College is the place to go. Only when you come do I think that you really see what the difference is in this as an FE college.
What do you think is the best way to motivate your students?
How to motivate students? I think it's about having a very clear vision to the course and communicating that to students. I think it's about making it really clear how it links to a job, how it links to industry, what the expectations are, because it can be quite easy, can't it, to come and do a course, and that transition from school to college, people might think, I just need to go to class, then I go home and there's nothing else. But it's different, so I think to motivate, it's about how to make that link with the course and with the job, because that at the end of the day is what you as students want.
Yeah. How do you deal with a student who is not cooperating?
How do I deal with it, or how does the college deal with it?
How do you deal with it?
I think how we as a college deal with it is we've got very clear expectations. That's made very clear to students right at the beginning. You've just started, so you know how that's been communicated. We set very high expectations, and how we monitor that student, how I deal with it, is about having that conversation, that learning conversation, and showing them their attendance, their grades, you know, what they're capable of, and whether they're on the right course. You know, sometimes students don't perform well on a course, not because they don't want to, but because it's not the course that they particularly want to do. Yeah.
What is your job role in the college?
My job is the title is Curriculum Director for Creative, Digital and Retail Industries, and so I've got the overall responsibility for quality and student and learner experience for a third of the college. So there are 3 curriculum directors, and I'm one of those.
What has kept you motivated throughout these years to push further?
I'm very passionate about education. I'm very passionate about learners having a really good experience and being motivated, and I think that sometimes schools do a disservice to students. You know, they don't motivate them too much. It's all about, you know, just simply doing homework but not a context. So I think what motivates me is making that link to jobs. You know, how do you get to a job and how to enjoy it, how to enjoy a course.
What skills are required for your job?
For my job, a lot of patience, a lot of tolerance, a bit of a sense of humour, and having a very clear vision. I think that is your key thing to a good curriculum director, is having a good clear vision and having learners at the centre of everything. So any decision that we make has got to benefit the learner. I know that sometimes you lot don't believe that when we sometimes come and say to you, why aren't you here, why are you behaving that way, etc. But all of that is about trying to get you to be the best that you can, because it's easy, isn't it, to not turn up to college. You know, will anybody notice? You know, but when people do notice, students do take it seriously. So that's what motivates me, and that's and also those are the skills that you need. It's that sense of humour, but also that sense of structure and discipline.
What do you enjoy most about your job?
The ever-changing students, you know, so it's constantly changing. Education is very challenging at the moment. You know, things keep moving and government initiatives keep changing. So it stops you being bored. It's not a boring job. You know, there's something different every day.
How do you feel that iCreate has influenced the college?
I think iCreate has been a fantastic initiative by the college in that it is meant to replicate industry. It's a massive classroom, and it gives an opportunity for all different students to work together. So students have their graphics classrooms, you have your television studio down the back, you've got editing facilities in rooms, but iCreate brings people together. So if you're wanting a journalist, you know, maybe there's somebody who's interested in journalism who can then work together with, you know, somebody who's into graphics, and we produce a magazine. So we actually force those relationships with students that you wouldn't normally have. The other great thing is industry come in and they hot desk, so it gives students an opportunity to work with industry as well.
What is the teaching method you find most effective?
I think it's all about personalisation. I think it's about having a very clear purpose to a session. I think if students understand what is meant to be achieved at the end of that session, that really helps engage. I think it's about putting everything into context, so students understand the why, you know, rather than just learn, you know, why am I doing this? And I think it's about active learning. So it's all about doing rather than just simply taking notes and sitting in a room. So that active learning and knowing why. Why am I doing this? What's the purpose of it? Why are you forcing me to sit here and do this? Why are you telling us now not to talk on set? Yeah, it's all about that.
What does the word diversity mean to you?
Diversity, what it means to me is about, it's inclusive, it's about everybody, it's about treating everybody equally. It's about making sure that everybody's views, opinions are taken on board. It's inclusivity, so it's about teaching for us in education, for teaching materials to offer a range of sources. Do you know what I mean? So it's not just all about British culture. There's other cultures, and I think for you on a media course, there's loads of information that you have. Do you know what I mean? That you can bring to make programs, etc. So a diverse class, a diverse college, can be so rich in that it's not just one way of seeing things. So it creates tolerance. It's about learning tolerance and being accepting of everybody.
As a woman, how do you feel you're represented in society?
That's an interesting question. It's a challenging question. I think that we've made a lot of headway in terms of women's roles in society. I think we've still got a long way to go. I think there is still a lot of gender imbalance. I think even amongst you as students, whether you recognise it or not, you know, there are, you know, sexist comments made, inappropriate comments made, women still seen as objects of desire, women still seen as perhaps, are you as good as a man? So women themselves, we as women, and you as young women, need to really push that and assert yourselves in terms of your knowledge, your experience, and that you are just as equal and just as good or even better in some cases to the other gender. So it's a challenge. It's ongoing. We haven't got there yet. And there's a lot in the press at the moment, and you'll hear it from actresses, directors in film and television, that women in those jobs still don't get paid as much as their equivalent male. So there's still those issues still to be addressed, but it's got better. You know, you see lots of women now on television, not just men.
That brings me on to this next question. I don't know if you have any children, but if you had a daughter, what advice would you give her?
What advice would I give her about in terms of what?
In terms of working within the job in the industry.
I think it's about. I think it's quite interesting. I do have children, and I do have a daughter, and she's 12. So she's going through that. She's just made the transition from primary school to secondary school, and it's a challenge because I think it's at that point and at that age that people begin to perhaps lose interest and think, I'm female, so I'm much more into what is known as the soft subjects. You know, and sometimes that peer pressure can push you into those particular things. So what advice would I give her? It's about being true to yourself, you know, having just as high aspirations, you know, that you can have a career. You know, it is about being independent and not being dependent on people. And just to do what you like and what you enjoy, but really work hard towards that.
I've got a bit of a personal question now, but what would be your journey?
What would be my journey?
Biggest journey?
What would be my biggest journey? What, in terms of going somewhere or what I aspire to be?
Yeah. Both of them.
Oh gosh. What I'd really like to do, I've got this fascination with trains. I love travelling on trains. So I think what I'd really like to do is be able to take some time out and tour the world on a train. And the reason is, it's not that I like trains, it's that on a train you can decide when you get on, when you get off. You don't have to book a ticket, and you can decide that you want to go to, I don't know, to Turkey, but you can stop off all in between places. So just having that sort of freedom, I'd love that. That'd be brilliant.
That's really nice. Thanks a lot, Anna. That interview was very interesting, and we learned a few different things about the college. Thank you, Anna, for coming in and informing us about the college. It was a pleasure to talk to you. And also thank you to everyone who has come here to show what they can do. I found demonstrations and interview very entertaining. I hope that everyone watching this has been able to take away a positive insight of Barking and Dagenham College. Have a good afternoon and goodbye.